The shovel is one of the newest items added to backpack battles and has potential to shape a new meta. A new meta that can generate wins and frustrate people who go against it. In this video, we'll go over everything about the shovel, its strengths, weaknesses, purpose, game plan, and possible counter strats to it. First things first is that if you want the shovel, you will need both a broom and a pan touching each other in your inventory, with consent of course. This means the cost of the shovel is 7 coins. Once you've made it, you'll have an item that can do 4 to 7 damage every 2.2 seconds, without any buffs being placed on it. So, the fact that its initial stamina cost is 1.5, some quick maths tells us that the shovel will expend about 0.7 stamina per second, which is decent since we only get 1 stamina point recovered per second for our character class. It also has a sell price of 4, which is something that you might want to do later on in a run, but we'll get more in depth as to why you might want to do that later in the video. The shovel also has 1 socket for gems and crystals. Apart from doing damage, the shovel has a chance to inflict a blind debuff on whoever you are facing. Also, after you return from battle, the shovel can dig up items that will pop up in your storage as long as it's in your backpack. I've been mainly getting stones the most, followed by common gems, garlic, and sand. Other people and I have been reporting other items at lower frequency like walrus tusks, pans, healing herbs, blueberries, customer cards, and protective purses. Based on these reports, it seems the shovel will not give you items that cost more than 4 gold to buy from the shop. This may change in the future, so be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on backpack battle news that I'll be covering. Nonetheless, this leads me to one of the strengths of the shovel. It is great for your economy. In the past, people would farm piggy banks just so they could roll more to get an ideal item from the shop. The shovel can act as a piggy bank by letting you sell items it digs up, and at times can be better than it since some of the items can be sold for more than the 1 extra gold you get from a piggy bank being in your inventory. Another great aspect of the shovel is that it has a 60% chance to inflict a blind debuff. The fact that it can also dig up pockets of sand, which also inflicts 1 blind debuff at the beginning of a match, means the snowball potential of blinding your enemies is very high, especially if you run double shovels. They can't win if they can't hit you as much as you hit them. Well, most of the time that is. Now, one of the biggest weaknesses of the shovel is stamina management. Just getting the shovel means at one point in time, your backpack will have both a pan and a broom. Just those 2 items means that you'll be running out of stamina often during the early game. Without having bananas, stamina potions, or stamina sacks, you may be losing at least 1 game trying to make a shovel. Also, if you don't get a pan or a broom by round 5, chances are you won't be getting a shovel till survival mode kicks in round 11, since the odds of getting common items decrease. Another weakness is that the shovel requires 4 slots. There are a handful of 3 or 4 slot weapons that can do more damage and have better item effects for late game. You can mess around with double shovel late game / survival mode on lower ranks, but diamond and above you may find it hard to constantly get those trophy bonuses. I say this because late game you may start running into a lot of items that can cleanse your blind debuff like carrots, carrot goobers, holy armor, book of light, and a couple of other items too. These items can render the strongest parts of the shovel as useless. Based on the strengths and weaknesses of the shovel, I have to say it's a solid early to mid-round weapon designed for you to collect gold or sand while being able to dish out good damage and blind debuffs in the process. Having 2 during this time will be ideal, but getting another weapon that requires stamina to use is not, unless you have items that can drastically replenish your stamina. However, after round 6, 7, or even 8, I highly recommend you try to get rid of both or at least 1 shovel. Luckily, there is a weapon that benefits greatly from blinds, and that is called the lightsaber. No, not that one, this one. It gains an additional 1 damage for each blind stack you have. Also, it can inflict 8 blinds by converting 3 regens. So keep those healing herbs handy. Nonetheless, if you did a good job of keeping those pockets of sands that you dug up, your late game could be very busted and scary. I recommend carrying a lot of daggers, stamina sacks, and potions too. I say this because carrying these weapons means you'll be running out of stamina often. Daggers are great with this build too, since they don't require stamina to attack. The spectral dagger may be the best one to get since it has a pretty low cooldown compared to some of the other dagger types out there. Of course, dragons are always nice additions to any backpack. I also recommend getting holy armor, shield of valor, and Book of Light too, since all these holy items can interact with each other pretty well. Basically, I'm telling you to become the most strongest paladin you can be. Early to mid rounds, I have to say the shovel is an A tier weapon, but in the grand scheme of things, you'll be forced to say it's more of a B tier weapon, since its late game could be lacking in higher ranks. My personal game plan would be using it to get wins and pockets of sands early on, and then selling it for better weapons near end game, if you want to maximize trophy wins and climb the ranks faster. Nonetheless, I hope this breakdown and guide help you. Feel free to comment down below if you have any other advice out there for players, as well as like and subscribe if you want more videos like these. The rest of the video will be me using the shovel in action. I hope you enjoy. I know I have too much stamina, but I'm not getting rid of any of my weapons. I am stubborn. I am greatly stubborn. If we could get a heroic potion, that would be dope. Or even a banana. If we could get a banana, that would be pretty good. I'm just gonna be rolling for stamina bags and banana. Empty spaces. I think we fight. Oh, they got. Oh, it's a wrap. We. You don't need that much armor, bro. Like, what are you doing? You don't need that much armor. That's unnecessary. You're lucky I don't have a lot of blue sapphire. If I had a lot of blue sapphire, yeah, we lose this. They're gonna keep missing though. But when they do hit, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's GG's. It's a wrap. My end games are just so weak. They're so pathetic. Shovel late game just sucks. Or maybe I just suck. I think I just suck late game. My late game is just always horrendous. I mean, what can all I have is space for right here, really. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get this. Oh, they're trolling. They watch YouTube videos. They watch YouTube videos. But they stay missing, though. They stay missing. I'm slowed so much. I'm slowed. But we win! We win. It was kind of nasty at the end, but we made it work. We made it work at the end. Hip hip hurrah. That was a very good double shovel build. You just need to get as many daggers and whelps or any version of dragons as possible. We go again. I kind of want to run the next game with Mr. Struggles.